Hey everyone, in this video today I'm going to show you how to make the candy stripe friendship bracelet. Very surprised I haven't made this video in the past on my channel because it is such an easy bracelet to make and it's really great for beginners. The bracelet is pretty much what it says it is. It is a stripe pattern and it looks like a candy stripe. So let's go ahead and get started. So the nice thing about this bracelet is that you can use as many strings and as many colors as you want. You don't have to follow any kind of pattern because it's all forward knots and it's literally doing the same thing over and over again. But that's why this bracelet is so nice to make, because it is extremely easy and it looks good too. So I did a little experimenting and I wanted to see how thick the bracelet would be with certain amount of strings. So this is just some regular embroidery floss and I used 4 strings for this one. And as you can see, they're pretty thin. If you like that kind of look, then this is only 4 strings. And for this one, I used 8 strings. I personally prefer this the most. And then I tried 10 with this one. And as you can see, it's not too much thicker than this one, really by much, but you can still see a difference. And I even tried using yarn as well, like just regular acrylic yarn. And this is 4 strings. And it's kind of in between these two, really, almost as thick as this one. So you can make this bracelet with just yarn, and that's what I actually started out on bracelets with, is just regular yarn. I think it does the job just fine if you're just starting out. And I really only work in even numbers just because it's so much easier for me to just make a long amount of string and then fold it over and then tie it. But really, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to have a loop at the end, you could just make your strings a little bit longer and then cut this part right here and then tie the knot like further down, so that way you have enough room to braid your ends. So the amount of strings you want to use is completely up to you. You can use an even amount or an odd amount. You can use as many colors as you want because this bracelet is extremely straightforward. But I'm just going to use 8 strings here, and because I don't have a clipboard, I'm just going to tape it down to my table, and if you don't have a clipboard, you can do the exact same. So in this part right here, once you have everything taped down or clipped down, you want to figure out what you want to go in order. So I'm going to figure that out really quick because I haven't even thought about what colors I wanted to go where. This bracelet only consists of forward knots, and I will show you how to do that if you are a beginner with this. So now that we have our order established, we're going to start on the very left side of our strings. Take this first string and you want to do a forward knot on every single string all the way across until you get it to the other side. And I'm left-handed, and I know in the past it confuses a lot of people when I tie strings because they think I'm doing one knot when I'm actually doing a different one. So I'm gonna try and show this as best I can. I'm sorry if it gets really confusing, but basically the main strand that you're using is your working strand. So a forward knot is very easy to remember. You are literally just making a 4 with your 2 strings. And you're pretty much just going to take your working strand and you're going to pull it through like you're tying a knot. And because we're going towards the right, I'm kind of pulling it, like knotting it towards the right. And because it's kind of a mess up here, you don't want to pull too tight. We're just kind of using these first 3 rows to establish an order for all the strings. And now that you did that, you want to do it again on this string. Just do your 4 and loop it through, tie it, and then you just pull. And we're still using this string, so you want to take the string that you just knotted on and you want to put that out of the way, but make sure you have it still in its same order so that you don't get confused as you're working down the bracelet. But we're still using this string, and we're going to do forward knots on every single one of these till we get to here. So again, you're going to make your 4, and then you're going to loop it under the string that you're knotting on and just pull it through. And then you're going to do the same thing. So now we're done with this string. You just want to put it off to the side and still keeping it in order so that way you don't get yourself confused. And then we're going to do the same thing again on the next string. and then again. And just repeat that all the way till you get to the other side. And the line isn't really going to look that pretty at first. As you can see, mine has kind of turned into a V, but sometimes you can push and pull the knots, but I'm just going to leave it. And that's also kind of a nice thing about not having a loop and instead having braids on the end, because this will just disappear once you braid the ends. But I don't really mind, because once you're wearing the bracelet, you won't see that part. But now that we have our first string on this side to the other side, you're going to take your next string right here, do forward knots on every single string until you get it to the other side. And just like that, the whole row is complete, and then you're ready to do the next one. And that's really all there is to this bracelet. You're going to take your most outer left strand and do forward knots onto every single string, still working with the same one and getting it all the way across to the other side. And you probably noticed with the bracelet is that as you're doing your forward knots, it kind of goes into this diagonal. When you do your candy stripe, it's not gonna go straight across. But anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. For those of you who are new to making bracelets, I really hope that you were able to follow along pretty well. I know sometimes it's hard for me to explain how to do something, so I hope I made my instructions clear enough so that you guys could follow along. So thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.